what you're doing now. Now you're teaching classes. You're maybe going to coach basketball. So, and you're teaching MBA courses. Is that right?
I had started MBA at UCCS, and then I had taught undergraduate programs
Okay.
in executive education. I've taken the last 6 to 8 months off, so I haven't taught anything. Just with the new venture going on, I haven't had the time
Right.
to really dedicate. And I was the first one in my family to go to college.
All right. Wow.
So, in the classroom, I've always wanted to be practical with the students, and I wouldn't bullshit them, right? I'm very honest, but at the same time, want to challenge them in a way that's different than what they traditionally see in higher ed.
Right.
I think higher ed has taken a shift over the years, maybe not in the best direction, where I think that we should be focused on, wisdom and your most articulate self. And I think we've gotten away from that in higher ed. Today I'd probably recommend my kids, go vocational.
Exactly.
Or, trade, something
Absolutely.
like my mother-in-law, before she passed, always said, hey, get a degree that ends in ing. That's you can make money with that.
Yeah.
So I look back on that and I'm like, well, my degree was in economics, and I was like, oops.
Economicsing.
Economicing.
Yeah. Economics, though, to me, that's an area I've really gotten into recently, and I want to talk to you more about that because I think there's a big tie-in with what you're doing now in your current business. But tell me more about your family. You said you're the first one to go to school in your family or college.
Yep. So grew up in North Dakota, but my kind of had a rough upbringing. My folks split up when I was young. My brother went with my father. My mom remarried. So I enlisted at 17 from North Dakota and got right into the Army.
Right.
And it was just too cold there for me, so I wanted to get out of there.
Yeah. I have a good friend from I think she's from North Dakota. She's from one of the Dakotas. Right. I don't know that there's a market difference.
Oh, there is.
Is there? No. Oh, I'm sorry. That was probably not the right thing to say, right?
No, more of a running joke. We're all related up there anyway. There's like 6 of us. So.
And I was really meaning the weather. I was really meaning the cold. Yeah. So I'm sure there are very distinct differences.
No worries.
So, but you went and got your economics degree. What type of things did your mom do coming up?
She was a florist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then after my father took off, she went back and got her dental hygienist degree certification.
Yeah, right.
So she was retired as a dental hygienist.
Yeah, you know what's amazing? It's like I feel the same way that you describe your mom as, is that you really, if you're going to go to school, then it should qualify you to do a job,
right? To
do something, to bring value. And I have nothing against people self-actualizing.
Sure.
But I don't think it's a great idea to self-actualize to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars student debt.
No, it's no way to start a life.
At all. It's tough enough.
How can you afford a home, right? Even a vehicle. How do you build assets and wealth for yourself and your children?
Right.
If you're burdened with debt at the beginning of it, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't think just erasing all student debt is the solution.
Right.
Because what does that tell people? All right. And those who did pay it off.
Yeah.
Who worked hard or had a second or third job and did that. So there are other ways that you can make a great living in life and find meaning.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not just money. Maybe there's meaning behind what you want to do.
Right. And I think that from my understanding, some of the debt that's been forgiven thus far, that occurred because the higher education institutions were really misrepresenting to students, what value they could get. And, I don't know what responsibility the federal government really bears for that, but spreading it out basically to taxpayers is kind of it's a rough way to go, but that's a rock and a hard place kind of thing,
right? But if tuition's at $55,000 a year for an out-of-state student at Boulder, that's a heavy pill to swallow. So the way that I've seen it, the research that I've seen has been, I think there's been a decrease in the number of tenured faculty, and there's been an increase in the number of adjunct faculty. So I would be an adjunct at UCCS. So you have a lot more adjuncts in the pool doing more work for less money.
Right.